Welcome to the CFG GameCast, episode number 59, a weekly podcast created by gamers and streamers alike to discuss the latest gaming topics from the previous week. We stream a new episode on Saturdays and release it on podcast services like Apple, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, and Podbean. So show us some love. Give us a thumbs up, follow, like, comment, what have you, to any of those podcast services. That goes a long way. Or you can go to our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, to not miss an episode. I am Davis Green with Mr. CFG Games himself, and with me are my two awesome co-hosts, and I would like to say hello to the nice blue version of Lex. Lex, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you, buddy?
I am great.
Smitty, we lost you. What happened? No camera? Oh. Yeah, I see that. It's okay. Weird not being able to see your face. I'm good though. Yeah. Sorry. Just been I got past the Song of Horror glitch. So last week after podcast, I made Adam sit in this chair right here that he forgot to move out of camera frame. And jerk. Hold on. And I started from the very, 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 very beginning, from the tippy top, deleted everything, did a reinstall, and I got through the glitch. And now I'm in the chapter 2 where I am at like an antiques shop. So I got that far. And then we're gonna finish next week. I accidentally killed one dude already. Well, I killed everybody, and then again. So hopefully when I start over, it doesn't do the glitch. I just thought about that. No. Well, it was funny because I killed the night guard, and I was like, man, I know that if I die as Daniel, like, that is it. And I was coming down a hallway, because when you die, you have to go back and pick up. On your map, it'll show like an exclamation mark of where you died. And so I was like, yeah, that's where I'll go. And I went to turn the corner, and it would always do this weird camera flip from like an aerial view, which makes you like, oh, something's there. Well, I heard a gun cock, and I was like, did y'all hear that? I think someone cocked a gun. Like, that's really weird. And I go to turn that corner, bam, right in my face. I got shot.
Oh, dang.
And it was like, well, that's the end of tonight's stream. Good job. Bye, guys. See you later. I killed everybody yet again. So it was very interesting. So yeah, I'm glad I got through that, but that game's so much fun. I am into such indie horror lately. I don't know what it is.
I'm glad you like it. I'm glad I suggested that one to you. So
he did suggest that now,
yeah. Someone, the lovely human named Ducky, was like, oh yeah, you love indie horror. Let me buy you Alien Isolation. I was like, wait, okay. I purposely haven't been avoiding that game because I don't know what it is, but like stuff in space in a game format freaks me out. Like
maybe isolation. Maybe it's just the isolation in space. Is that what maybe freak you out?
I don't know. But I'm playing it, and oh man, after stream, Adam, I swear, every corner he's just magically there scaring me. So that's been my week.
That's awesome. That's funny.
Well, I scare him too, though. Like, he'll come and he's like, God, and I'm like, why are you here? He's like, I don't know. So yeah. God damn.
That's good though. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. That's awesome. Oh, all right, and coming back finally from that's the 5-star general of the itty bitty Smitty committee. I got Smitty in the third seat. What's going on, Smitty?
Chilling, my friend. It was nice. We got away. We detached and didn't really have much internet or phone or anything like that. So it was nice to just get away from the city. We helped put Scorp Kitty's dad. They were working on a roof for like this basically like this huge shelter that he's gonna like keep like almost like a storage area type deal. But we did the roofing for that place. We rode on quads. We went and took a picnic by a stream. Like it was fantastic. My only issue My only issue, though, is that he's got these things out there called Jerusalem crickets, and they are freaking huge,
Jerusalem
and they
crickets?
are terrifying.
I've never heard of that
Yes,
before. I'm
dude.
gonna look this up.
Look it up, dude. They are monstrous, and they were everywhere, dude. It was
How
disgusting.
big are these things? Oh my gosh.
They're yeah.
These are crickets?
Those are
Clearly
crickets.
see its face.
Yes,
That's not
dude.
good. Oh my.
I know, dude. Like, they are of the Jiminy Cricket variety. They are big.
That is if Jiminy Cricket was eaten by one of these things. Oh my gosh.
And it's crazy because, like, the only things they eat, the only thing they really eat are dead other ones of them.
That's
They'll,
disturbing.
like, when they get squished and stuff, they go and they eat it. And they will fight over, like, I was watching them fight over bodies, and it's insane, dude. I was like, what are these things? I'm like, why? Why is this a thing? Apparently,
These things don't even look like crickets. These things look
They're
like
actually-
giant
they're not-
ants.
They're not actual crickets, though. That's the funny thing. They're not actual crickets,
right? They're katydids,
Nor are they
right?
actual
Or something,
bugs.
or like,
and they're not native to Jerusalem. So why they're even called that in the first place?
So it's like
Wow.
double negatives. They're not crickets and
Yeah.
they're not.
oh no, it's because I think they first came out when the did it have something to do with the Mormons? Maybe because I think they were like they're pretty prevalent in Utah.
one's cute.
I guess.
This is this is
Wow,
disturbing
weird.
looking.
Hold on. Let's see if I can pull up a
Oh, I
picture here
have
real quick so I can show these
wow,
guys
this one's real cute. He cute.
because they're
They're
like
huge.
they just.
They
I
look
was just
this
like, why is this even a thing?
Yeah, that is.
Why is this even a thing? They were darker. These are lighter than. Hold on.
Oh,
Let me just show you guys. Let me just pull it up
jeez.
real quick.
These things you can
Look
actually
at this.
you can
Look at
visually
this.
see their face, and when you see a bug like that, that's too big. It's like,
Why
yeah.
are they? I have so many questions. Hold on. Let me.
oh no,
Yeah.
no.
Oh,
So that was a thing. That was something that we had to deal with, and they were all over the place. They were all over the place. I was like, this is terrifying. I was like, what? And they weren't even like, they said it was worse here a couple months ago. Like, they were all lined up across the road and
They-
stuff. Oh, they are
they
cute.
feed on
Giant
dead
noodles.
organic matter. And
Yes.
also other insects.
Look at this one.
They burrow beneath moist soil to feed on decaying root plants and tubers.
No, we're good, dude. No, okay, so that's a definite note.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And then we're getting Summer's
terrible.
pets.
Terrible.
Oh my.
We're getting so much fat. They don't do anything to you. As a matter of fact, they try to stay away
Oh,
from
do they?
people and
Oh,
stuff.
that's
But
good then. Okay. I
yeah,
thought like they were
yeah,
jumping
and
in
they
your face or
like
something.
kind of hop. No, they can't jump that high. They don't jump that high at all.
Okay.
So they're more like
Yeah.
walkers instead of jumpers. So they're-
Yeah,
so they
basically.
really aren't
Yeah,
very
yeah.
much like crickets.
Well,
at all.
no, because there's no way, dude. There's no
No.
way those things could, like, if they could jump like a cricket, then there's no way their body could handle
That'd
it.
be terrifying.
Yeah.
Even vinegaroons are
Yeah.
kind of
Would
shaped
be
like that
terrifying.
with extra legs.
Yeah,
Ugh,
vinegaroons.
those things.
I didn't
They
know what those
jump.
things. I saw one of those. I was like, "What the hell is this?" Did it really? I didn't know that. Ew.
Madagascar roach.
Yeah, dude. I don't like bug. I'm not like a. We had Madagascar roaches, so
Nah.
I couldn't do it.
Hissing roaches were already like,
Couldn't do
when they
it.
say, like when I saw a hissing roach, I was like, nope, I'm good. These things need to die. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Well, you had a fun-filled day with different kinds of bugs and stuff like that. Did you play anything, or did you finish? Did you actually catch up on any kind of gaming or anything like that?
No, not really. Not when I was out of town. That we were just so tired by the end of the day and stuff like that. And it was a pretty quick trip. It was just a long weekend. It's like a 7.5, 8 hour drive just to get there, so didn't really play anything. I did participate in the Mishmash Streamer Olympics this past week. I was part of Team Blue Woo. Unfortunately, we ended up getting third overall, but we had a ton of fun. I participated in the Overwatch and then the art stream section of it. So that was a ton of fun. And then I just been grinding out some Destiny 2.
Oh, that's cool.
I was playing that a lot yesterday. So
That's awesome.
I'm excited to get back in this week. I'll be streaming over there and then playing and continuing my Detroit Become Human playthrough. So I'm excited for that.
Good deal, dude. That's awesome. That's really great. Yeah. So yeah, like, oh, dude, and for me, dude, like, I platinumed Ghost of Tsushima. Like
Damn, you platinumed
yeah, I
it?
platinumed it, and dude, the game was
It's been out for like a week.
a week
It's
and a
been out
half.
for like a week.
It's been 2 weeks.
This
It's been
guy.
2 weeks.
This
I
guy.
have a schedule, dude.
Okay.
I have a schedule. I have to take care of some stuff. There's so many different things coming out. I just have to schedule it. So like, I was like, dude, but this game, it's okay. For instance, like, you know how we played like Last of Us 2, because we wanted to play do the spoiler cast with a shameless plug. If you go check on any podcast services, you can check that out. You could it was the same, dude. This game is my game of the year right now, I will say. Yeah, so like,
Oh,
yeah,
snap.
this
Snap.
is my game of the year.
He said it.
Yeah, so
He said it.
yeah, I already said it now because the problem was this, because I know Lex and I kind of had an argument last year about like I forgot what your game of the year was, but it was a game that was already established, but they added something to it, and then yeah, Risk of Rain. And I was like, you can't really do that because it's not really a new game and stuff. So like, I was worried because I didn't have anything. The only game I really liked this year was Persona 5 Royal. And I was like, I wouldn't be able to experience that. But I am so glad this game came out though, because this game is really, really, really good. So yeah,
it looks great. I haven't played it yet.
Oh man.
Are you saying I need to buy it now? Are you saying I shouldn't be waiting and sleeping on it?
On it too.
Yeah, I think definitely that's a game you should buy. Buy it now. Like, I mean, you're gonna get hooked. You're easily gonna get hooked on it. Like, especially.
I'm afraid. How many hours did you put in?
Well, for me, to overall explore and everything, about 30 something hours. But like,
that's not bad.
It isn't bad. Like, but it was like, if you want to play the story faster, you can. And but like me, I wanted to complete everything. And then now there's a new difficulty, a harder mode that I want to try out too. But I'll do that a little later. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But no, but I spent most of my time playing that. Fairy Tail came out, so I started playing that RPG. So I'm starting to pick that up to see how good that is. And then someone was wanting me to play Animal Crossing, so I have Animal Crossing. Probably play my first time playing the New Horizons. Animal Crossing game.
Play.
You want to play? Oh, that's right. You don't have your Switch.
I've got
yet.
I don't have.
Be my friend. Come to my
island.
island.
For one.
I haven't.
Oh yeah,
it's Fat Kid Deals on Twitter. They usually post when they're up, and they're just keep spamming like reload or whatever, and eventually some people have been able to do it.
Yeah, pretty much. It's so yeah, it's or I would also check pawn shops, to be honest with you, because like that's another thing. Yeah, another spot to go with. But anyways, let's get down to it. Let's go and do the normal rigmarole that we like to do. So each of us picks a new topic or discussion within video games from the previous week. The topic would or could be about a specific game or something that happened in the gaming industry. And we don't want to talk about it amongst ourselves. We want you, the listeners or viewers on Twitch, to be a part of the conversation. So if there's something you want to add or chime in about what we're talking about, you are more than welcome to add it, to pop in. The more the merrier, so we can all discuss this in one awesome group here. So let's get down to it. Let's start with the first topic, which is going to be Smitty's topic. So what is your topic, Smitty?
All right. So this is something that I've been following, but I haven't really had a chance to, I guess, discuss it. I remember seeing some flack here not too long ago, essentially about the Army streaming on Twitch. And there's been some controversy as far as with this. And recently, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez had proposed a bill for essentially what the bill breakdown is, that they would take away funding from the military from being able to promote on services such as this. Unfortunately, the bill got shot down in the House, which is crazy, absolutely crazy, I think. And number one, I'm glad that somebody actually brought this up and said something about this in the House of Representatives, because I know that the Army, one of the controversies that they had was the fact that they were running giveaways, and then they were using that information to give to recruiters, and then recruiters are just basically building up a database now. And Twitch is there's a lot of young impressionable kids on the platform. I just kind of want to read a little bit through this. It's not a long read. Yeah. So the U.S. House of Representatives has voted down a measure that would have prevented the military from recruiting on platforms like Twitch. Democratic Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez proposed the amendment after the U.S. Army was caught running fake giveaways that would give viewers information to recruiters, among other controversies. The measure would have prevented the military from using video games, esports, and live streaming services for recruitment, according to Vice. Several branches of the military, including the U.S. Army and Navy, maintain their own esports teams and Twitch channels. The U.S. Army recently paused their recruitment efforts on Twitch after facing backlash. Numerous controversies regarding the military's Twitch presence have occurred over the past month. U.S. Army and Navy have been banning viewers who ask or talk about war crimes, which is potentially a violation of the First Amendment right to free speech, since the organizations are extensions of the federal government. Twitch recently stopped the U.S. Army. We talked about that, the whole giveaway things. But the meat of it, the measure was introduced as an amendment to the House Appropriations Bill that sets the Pentagon's budget. It would have stopped funding being allocated towards recruitment efforts on Twitch. 103 Democrats, who currently have the majority in the House of Representatives, joined Republicans in voting it down. And then we've got a tweet from AOC here from the 30th. Stating, imagine trying to explain to your colleagues who are members of Congress what Twitch is. Crying face. I couldn't even imagine trying to be like, look, guys, here's people watch other people on this site. It's, you know what I mean? This and that. Number one, that's kind of like, I think that there should be some sort of regulation, especially when you're coming to, and we were talking about this a little earlier too, just that, to sign up, you only have to be 13 years old. Yeah. So essentially they can start grooming kids from 13 years old, to get them into one of the military services. I think it's completely valid that they have, like esports team that they're doing that, but the tactics that they're using, number one, the giveaway, that is super sketchy. And just, I mean, we have in TV and stuff like that, like for giveaways, there are specific rules, things have to be free, and this and that, laws. Things that you have to follow. Yeah, there are laws, stating, so for them to go and circumvent, these giveaway laws and doing, shicey things like that, like, they absolutely, I'm so glad somebody went and brought this up. The disappointing part about this, however, though, is the fact that think about the House, think about the Senate and these people that do that. These are older generation folks, people that have no idea even what Twitch is. So to be able to garner enough support to be able to protect people from these kind of deceptive practices, and the federal government, using this platform to indoctrinate and get people in, you know what I mean? There's got to be some sort of regulation on that. And I don't know how you go about convincing people. They have a hard enough time in the hearings talking about Facebook. Now you can send messages, you know what I mean? It's like the basic dumb questions that they're asking. They don't even know what to ask.
What to ask. That's the thing.
Exactly. So this is scary. And I think this is something that, that we do need to be keeping an eye on, at least as a community, because, we've already been shown that they're willing to cross lines and step over boundaries as long as nobody says anything. So they should be scrutinized. Those organizations should be scrutinized. Their Twitch and social media should be scrutinized as far as what kind of practices they're utilizing, on these platforms.
Well,
what do you guys think?
Well, first off, before I kind of want to get in, before I get into this, just want to know, like, so the way that they're getting all this information specifically is that they're basically get data mining this information from people's for people by doing these giveaways. But like, I guess on the Twitch's side, like, how are they? Oh, because they're doing so what they're doing, like exclamation point giveaway, and then after that, they're just like they get that information and then they're going to use it and put it in their own personal database. Is that what they're doing essentially?
So, and I'm not sure exactly because I haven't really found anything that has gone like deep in like that. Like, is it, hey, the giveaway isn't actually giving away anything. It's just literally them collecting people's data. And then they're taking that and they're sending that data over to like recruitment facilities and stuff like that. And then they can just start pushing out the mailer, start pushing out the thing. They have they're directly connecting. I think what's even more troubling too, again, is that where you get into these First Amendment rights and them banning people. It's kind of like what we know with the president and his Twitter account. His Twitter account is an official account of the government. Therefore, he cannot block people. He cannot ban people. He can't do any of that stuff because then that is against, that's against the First Amendment right. So for them to be doing that, that's another thing that I think should be looked at and scrutinized. Because if you're using it for official capacity, that means you have to work within that rule set of those official capacities.
Yeah,
so
I see what you're saying, and I kind of like, I'm trying to understand because I was kind of with Citizen B a little bit, but I definitely understand where you're kind of coming from. But like, I think the problem is definitely the fact that they're not being straight up with you, because right. I mean, like, because if that's the case, then it's Twitch is not real. I mean, you know what?
It's not the place in the first place. Let's be
real. It's not the place.
You shouldn't be recruiting there anyways.
At the same time, I don't mind them. Like, if they recruit, then they need to they can recruit. But if they want to recruit, they got to give it to you. They have to tell you directly what they're doing, what you're doing, what you're getting yourself into. Because I don't mind them if they're recruiting. Because I mean, shoot, they do this all the time. It's not any different for them going to a convention, like any kind of like a Comic-Con or anything like that, doing the same kind of thing just on their own personal table. But you know what you're getting into because it's the army, But right. This is a little different. And so like overall, like, I think the fact is that they're very deceptive on what they're doing. They're undercutting these kind of things, and then they're trying to sweeten the deal with these kind of get quote unquote giveaways that they'll give you a free whatever. They'll give you a free beer koozie if you just join or whatever and stuff, trying to entice the deal. But then really they have your information now, and it's like, that's very shady in my opinion. And that definitely cannot go away. But like, I'm really glad that AOC decided to kind of shed light on this. But at the same time, they need to be like, it needs to be straight up on what you're doing, because that to join the military is not a small thing. It's like, oh, I'm going to join the military today. That's not. I mean, come on, it's crazy.
Well, no, they're not putting them. I don't think so. Ravage is saying, okay, they're not putting them like on a recruitment list. They're sending them. It's basically like the same.
Well, no, I mean, it's just spam.
It's spam, right? Like, you give your phone number to the gas company and they sell it to whoever, right? It's essentially that. Here's my thing. If you're going to be on Twitch, fine. But you are an organization. You were already advertising because you're on this platform, and essentially, right? Like, you're showing, I don't know what their Twitch looks like, but I would assume it's people in uniform playing games. Yes or no, maybe? I'm not sure. But essentially, you're advertising just by showing that, right? And why do you feel... I think this is absolutely insane. And poor AOC, I love her, by the way, but poor thing that she has to sit there and explain to a bunch of old fogies what the heck Twitch is. I mean, my 65-year-old mother and father know what it is. My mom knew more about it than my dad did, to be honest, but she's also in the casino industry, so she knows about professional gaming in that aspect. And like, she knows what Fortnite is. She doesn't call it that, but she calls it the pew pew game. Here's the thing. Like, I just think that the whole thing is ridiculous. There are 13-year-olds on this platform. That's the age that you're allowed to be on here. But let's be real. Children under that age are on here. They lie. We all lied about our age, I'm sure. Why aren't other kids? Do you know what I mean? And I think that this is just not the place. It's not the place. Let this be an escape for people. Do not shove stuff down our throat that we didn't ask for. You know what I mean? It's like if your audience is there and asking for recruitment information, sure, by all means. But if you're not telling them, you're lying about it. And I think if it's this big that it has to be brought to the Senate, obviously there's sketchy practices going on here. You know what I mean? I don't think it's one of those like, well, I think this may become an issue. No, 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 no. It's already an issue, clearly. And I think, again, like, let this be our escape. We're going through a lot right now. And if, as adults, some of us clearly can't they can't function anymore. You can see it by the way people are acting when they do go out in public. They're starting to go insane. How do these kids feel? You know what I mean? They're trapped indoors. Can they play with their friends in the neighborhood? Probably not. And it's just on top of everything else, now you're going to shove this ideology down their throat that they may not be asking for. It's just, to me, and it's okay to go into the service. Absolutely. I've had my grandpa was in the service. My great grandpa was in the service. I think that's very noble of you if you want to do that. I also don't think that it's necessary either. So, live your life the way that you want to, but please stop shoving things down children's throats. Like, they get enough subliminal messaging with their cartoons as it is. You know what I mean? I just think it's, see, Dax hates it too. You're welcome.
See,
The end.
Well, and the way that I kind of look at it too is, I guess, and this is the difficult part, because number one, are those streams set for 18 plus only? Because then you know what I mean? If that's set like that, then hey, your kid's there. They're not supposed to be there. It's set for 18 plus. You know what I mean? So it's hard. I think it's definitely something that needs to be looked at, but it's hard to you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how you differentiate it, because like, I want to say with younger kids though too, you know what I mean? Like, I almost think of it like Saturday morning cartoons where, or you have to have a specific number of educational hours of show on a channel. You cannot advertise directly from a cartoon into, you know what I mean, into something where you can't differentiate. Right. Like, there's rules to it. And I think that there needs to be some sort of, you know what I mean?
Because this is something that YouTube technically kind of got busted for literally this year on about COPPA rules because like if the line isn't clear and precise on what they're doing, then yeah, I'm definitely on board on that. I'm not saying, like I said, like, I don't mind them doing what they're needing to do, but they need to be transparent. But like so the biggest issue is so I'm trying to look to see if what it is in the the official Army Twitch page to see if they mark that. But
right.
And now I want to go digging. But here's the thing: I'm marked as 18 plus. I know, Smitty, you're marked as 18 plus. How many children do we have that are regulars? We don't have to say that out loud, but we are aware that there are children there. Now, here's my thing. Am I really 18 plus? I cuss like a sailor, and that's why I have it on there. But I also do. I advocate for knowledge is power. We're called the brain gang, we're the lectuals. I encourage people to go out and seek knowledge, and also don't take what you see at face value. Do your research. It's like writing a paper. Just because you see it doesn't mean that it's true, even if it's from a media source, because sometimes they get it wrong too. The whole Tide Pod debacle, people weren't actually eating them, which I think was funny, and then the YouTubers fed into it. But I digress. Here, I think here's the reason I let a few of them stay is because they are mature enough, and I think I'd rather they be here than go somewhere else and learn negative behaviors, right? Because at the end of the day, I do think that they may be gaining some sort of knowledge from what we're doing, or again, it's an escape for them and they can laugh and giggle, and maybe, I don't know what their life is like. I get a little glimpse here and there, but I don't know what they go through, and maybe I'm helping them in some way, shape, or form. I think that's what every streamer hopes, right? But again, I don't think they're being clear about what they're advertising, because AOC would not just waste her minutes talking about something that's maybe possibly going to be an issue. Obviously, it is an issue. Dax really has a lot to say about it.
But here's I will say this, because I'm looking at kind of what Ravage is saying here. It's like you would think that they would be forced to be 18 plus, and to be honest with you, Ravage, you're thinking logical. That you would think that too. I think anyone would think that, but I don't think that's the case, because I was literally looking at their videos, their VODs and stuff, and nothing. It's nothing. It's like and I am not seeing anything against Mark.
What is their Twitch name? The U.S. Army?
The Twitch is U.S. Army U.S. Army Esports, and the other one or Army Esports. I can't remember. I need to go back into it. But yeah, I was taking a look at that. Yeah, and yeah, there's nothing that Mark's showing that they're marking, saying like, okay, we're doing they're doing this. But like, still, if they're going to be doing these kind of random tournaments and stuff like that, or these random things that they're going to do to kind of just to fish for information, that alone is needing to be disclosed. And but like, and I don't think, and like I said earlier, like when I was saying recruiting, I don't mean like recruiting, like, signing up for the army or military and stuff like that, but like, I do think that like for them to be gaining information from the people that are on Twitch, for that is a little weird. It's a little weird, especially if the demographic is mostly people under the age that you can do that stuff, or you want to do that stuff. So
yeah, there's no information in there about stating that they could or would be.
Yeah, that's very questionable content and stuff. Like, I would, if they're straight up about it, I would have no problems. But it doesn't seem like that. It's the wild west. It's the wild west on it, and then no one's regulating it. And and that's the one thing that needs to change, if anything. And I hope that's what AOC. I haven't read what the proposition that AOC wanted to do, or what or she was just completely wanting to ban them doing that or stuff. But like, but I will say that. Oh,
it sounded more like she was looking to pull funding from the appropriations bill, which funds, I'm guessing, these organizations, is what it sounded like to me.
It basically funds them so that they have money to use resources to then use tactics such as the giveaways to then get information from people watching to further their agenda. Is essentially what I'm getting from it.
Okay, so hold on.
Should be wrong.
So Ravage wrote in chat here, a link would appear, this is a quote, this is a direct quote, a link would appear in the U.S. Army's Twitch chat that would advertise the chance to win an Xbox Elite Series 2 controller, but would lead to a sign-up page with no information about the contest, according to The Nation. A disclosure at the bottom states that a recruiter would contact those who filled out the form. People as young as 12 could fill out the form, although a notice given after the form is filled out states that the recruiters cannot contact anyone under the age of 16.
That is literally red flags of copper rolls through the wind. And so that is insane. That's what. Okay, so definitely not. Well, definitely not. Are you joking? Are you seriously? Like, what the hell? Like, that is way over that line.
And here's the other thing too, that like, this is like, I feel like then, this is going to start bringing out these cases where they start trying to regulate internet and internet shows and internet platforms more like TV. And then and that's not a good thing. You know what I mean? Like, the regulations and this and that, like, so these are like, but it also shows that people are going and taking advantage of the lack of regulation that there is there too. So this is a fine line here as far as between regulating and non-regulating the internet, all that stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see more stuff, especially the fact that everybody's in, lockdown, they're staying in more indoors. The digital platforms and the digital capabilities are going more and more into the spotlight and in people's eyes. So you're gonna, all of a sudden you got the president saying that we're locking down TikTok, and there's gonna be other things happening and stuff like that. You got Facebook's and the social media is being called to Congress more and more. I think this is only the beginning of what they're going to try to do is regulate the internet.
Yeah,
Great.
this is not. It doesn't seem like it's going in. And especially, it's going to be people who don't really even understand the internet.
Exactly.
So, like, we'll see how
the biggest problem with it. They don't even understand it, but they're going to be sitting there trying to make rules.
How do you regulate? Right. You can't regulate something that you do not physically understand.
But I find it ironic though that like I mean
WhatsApp and that's it.
I don't know, dude. Like seriously, but like we'll see. Well, I just hope they get their crap together with this. Yeah, because I mean I don't know how they could say no to something like this. Like when you said when the range says 12 up to 12 to 16, that's still beyond before like considering themselves to be an adult towards this kind of thing. You're telling me you're going to try to recruit kids to be interested in the military that early? That is insane. So like no, I'm not. That is just that's way too much. So no, so like I just hope that we'll see. Hopefully this fight is just the beginning. This is just the inkling of what we're seeing now, but I just hope that it will eventually get to something somewhat bigger and get called out even more, because that it's just sickening. It's really sickening to see.
Dangerous.
Yeah, and it's really dangerous.
That's grooming.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It really is.
Jeez.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Anyways,
keep your eyes peeled for that, guys. I'm sure we'll be seeing more about these kinds of things in the news, especially the fact that it's been brought up, something that she's noticed. So we'll see if maybe on the back end behind the doors, she's continuing to have conversations about this, and maybe it works its way into something else. I'll definitely be keeping my eyes open for that, guys.
Yeah, good topic, Smitty. Very good topic.
Very good, yeah.
Yeah, so like but let's go to my topic. And my topic is not as controversial as that. So I will say that. Yeah, my topic is definitely it's about CES, which is the what is that? Consumer technology? No, it's a consumer electronics.
Yes.
Yeah, electronics show.
Yeah.
Yep.
Consumer electronics show. This thing's been around for 50 years. And I'm surprised I've been thinking about it, but yeah, been around for 50 years. It's been a big staple in Las Vegas, and it's been going strong. Well, like literally, I was, to my surprise, this is probably somewhere officially, but CES actually emailed me directly since I went this year, and they said that they are going all digital, and I mean, I shouldn't be surprised, because at this point it's like it's a thing, but CES is a pretty big titan. Like I would say that this is a level of like something that I thought that they were going to try. I guess the time would be now to make the executive decisions, because I mean CES is a show that is literally a week-long electronic wonderland of like, you know, technology, skills, and like everything. All the big stuff is happening. So they said well, their official title, they were saying, with the growing global health concerns about the spread of COVID-19, it is not possible to safely convene 10 of thousands of people in Las Vegas in early January 2021 to meet and do business in person. So an all digital CES 2021 will allow the entire tech community to safely share ideas and introduce the products that will shape our future. As a media attendee, you'll be able to participate in all the awe-inspiring moments of CES wherever you are in the world. So it's like it's a big blow. I mean, I loved CES this year. This year was awesome. I got a chance to talk to some really cool people and some really cool companies and stuff. But I think what's more is that I think it's a really big blow for Las Vegas themselves, because I think this convention, I don't know if anyone's ever experienced it. I know Smitty has. But this convention, you have too, Lex? Have you? Okay. Yeah, this convention engulfs the strip. Like, it is a huge event that requires like multiple it's from side to side. Like, it uses the Las Vegas Convention Center at the end side, but then it goes all the way to Mandalay Bay and stuff like that on the other end, and then in between there's always events after events after events and stuff like that. So this is so for me, I think it would be this is, I don't know how like what people's like reaction is overall for it. I kind of wanted to get what y'all's interest, what y'all's thoughts were about them going all digital themselves.
Well, several things, and you made a great comment about it's absolutely crippling for our economy. So as someone who experienced CES in many different ways, getting to go for just a few days or the entire week, a few times I went, I think I've gone 4 or 5 times. I would essentially get like free tickets because I worked at Circuit City way back in the day. So you got to go if you worked for Circuit. And like you got like a couple day pass badge, not the whole week, but just a few days. And I feel like we were only relegated to a certain section too. I could be wrong, but this was so long ago. But I've also seen the aspects of being a server who worked on the strip and that influx of people coming in. That was one of our busiest times of the year. If you worked lunches because you were going to school, let me tell you, you made $3,000 that week, easy peasy.
Nice.
So for the economy, just in general, it's huge. So it going all digital, I mean, you have to think about it. It's not just, okay, so they lose out on selling tickets for it. No, 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 no. People who work on the strip in restaurants are losing out. People who worked at nightclubs, everything that engulfs the strip that anyone could do as a tourist is now null and void. They now no longer have that income coming in, which sucks.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. It's like, I don't know, those that aren't here or haven't really been or know anything as far as like the economy about here. I mean, we've got we've got casinos. It's a huge tourist town, but this is also a huge convention city. And they make a lot of money, for the local economy. It absolutely boosts it up. You know what I mean? It keeps, like Lex was saying, servers, people that are out, you know what I mean? Like, to lose that is gonna hurt because it is an absolutely huge convention, among other ones. I think this is going to be the start of, you know what I mean, these conventions pulling out. I mean, we're in August now. That happens in January, and they've already pulled out. To me, that's saying we foresee that this thing is still very much going to be going on at that time. We're going to call it now and work on a digital solution for this. So not only this one pulling out,
they have to for this one.
Yeah, absolutely. But we're going to be seeing other ones too, which is also going to be damaging to the economy. Here's where I think there may be a little bit of saving grace. I think this is where video games can also come into play. I think this is going to play a revenue stream that people were not seriously looking at before. I mean, obviously they were, because they have been building up. They've been preparing for this moment. And I think this really is a moment where video gaming, all this stuff can help the economy, where we're losing in the convention centers or the convention sector. Not only that, but I mean, I could totally see the casinos end up closing back down because there's just not enough people coming in to even justify staying open, you know what I mean? And then they'll end up losing money, more money staying open than closing. We've already started seeing furloughs, although there were some, I think it was MGM, where they furloughed a bunch of workers or whatever, and then they gave bonuses to their execs. It's just like, what, dude? Like, how do
are you
I
joking?
am dead serious. Ridiculous. So other than shenanigans like that, this is we're in a tough time now. I think it's going to get worse before it gets better, especially for Las Vegas and the economy. This is absolutely damaging. On the I would say, I guess, silver lining side, I'm excited to see what CES can do in a all digital environment. If they don't go big with everything on this and this being a thing, then like I don't even know. It's like you can't be CES and then give me a bootleg half-ass put together experience. Yeah, I expect some big things to come from this. I think this will be really cool. If you have the opportunity. Not only that, but now you have more people. They're going to have the accessibility to be able to be a part of it. Whereas before they haven't, for, a number of reasons, traveling, actually, yada, yada, yada. Now they're opening it up. So whereas I think for the most part, it has been mainly industry people. I don't know that it's open. I think is it open to the general public? I can't remember.
Yeah,
it is. Okay.
Yes.
But there's certain,
I think it's only
certain,
the last few years, though.
Okay. All right. I wouldn't.
Am I wrong with that, though?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know that it was.
I feel like tickets are like $400 to $600.
Oh, they're pricey. Yeah, the ticket. I mean, you said it though too. It literally covers like basically the entirety of the strip. You know what I mean? It's huge, and then you got people staying in a town, so they're going to restaurants, they're going to do adventures and this and that. All of that is going to be non-existent this year. That is a huge chunk of change that the city of Las Vegas had planned on. You know what I mean? And probably already budgeted for. That's just poof, gone now.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. Absolutely, Ravage. If you can't afford to go, you shouldn't care much about the stuff you see. Yeah, absolutely. No, I don't disagree on that. I think, it in the economy aspect, it stinks. But you know what? Like, at the same time, if this is where we're going, for what we have to deal with, I mean, we're dealing with like a plague situation essentially, which I think is funny. Like, oh, I'll avoid it like the plague, and no one's wearing a mask.
Yeah,
I mean, whatever. You can't say that now, buddy. But if this is where we have to go, this is where we have to go. And I mean, we'll all bounce back eventually. We don't need to worry about that right now. But I think it's going to be interesting. And you're right. I think they'd absolutely have to go big or go home, or it's just not gonna sustain viewership,
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I definitely agree with that though too. But like, I mean, and they definitely need to show the same kind. I don't know if it's possible for them to have the same kind of show that they would have online and what they do at their physical show, because most of the time they're going to have the reveals. These are they're mostly the open, they're the open things, like saying, oh, here's Samsung, here's all the cool things that are going to be that they were announcing at CES 2021. And here they do all this different kinds of stuff. But man, the hands-on is where I think is really going to be missed, out. So there's just going to be a lot of video stuff. Like, I don't think they need like a week, if they're going to do something like that, online. Cause CES is a whole week of just constant, all different kinds of technology, like living, like health and better living. I mean, electronics, just regular gaming. I mean, all sorts of it, like hardware and everything. So like, I mean, I don't know. It's like, that's why I'm kind of wondering, like, if it's something that is going to be like really, worth it, or if it's something or something that like what to expect. Cause I feel like this is a pretty big crippling blow, in my opinion, on what they were on expectations for this event. And well, like I said, like, I think that this is the time to announce it would have to be now, because CES is a ridiculous pull. Like, the traffic was terrible last time, so I can easily imagine how many people are coming in on this.
Every time.
But this was bad. Yeah, so
yeah, you best just walk in that 18 miles, my friend.
right. So yeah. So I mean, we'll see. We'll definitely see. I don't. I definitely like. Well, I just hope to see how it will turn out, and hopefully things do kind of normalize eventually, and see if it comes out for the better. So yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, yeah. So there we go. Short, sweet, and to the point, I guess, from it. So that's cool. All right, so let's close it off with Lex's topic. Lex, what are you bringing to the table?
I'm going to be short and sweet too. I have two quick little topics. Xbox had previously removed a few games from the store. Well, guess what? They're back, and it looks like they're backwards compatible. So for the Xbox One store, they recently brought back a few really cool titles, such as Motocross Madness, Grid 2, Midnight Club Los Angeles, Dirt 3, and my favorite, Silent Hill. And Downpour are all now available for purchase where they previously weren't. It's quite possible it's just a mistake. So if that's the case and you want those items, I would go get them now. But it's also it might be that they're working on other things that are also backwards compatible, and it's not a mistake, and we're going to get a lot more. I do not play Xbox. However, if I had one, I would definitely download Silent Hill. So that's pretty cool, and you should definitely check that out before, if you are an Xbox user and you have an Xbox One. It looks like these will also work into the Xbox X series. So the hope is that they're doing it not as a mistake, but to see how they will cross over. They are not revamped in any way. But of course, it's always good to, try it out, make sure that it may work. And then my other little topic, real quick, is Bud Light now has an esports mascot. And his name is Bud Knight.
Okay.
Of course it is.
Yep. I'll read the article. It seems as if Bud Light is entering the world of gaming, as the famous alcoholic beverage mascot Bud Knight has his own official esports Twitter account. Not only that, but he also has his own skin in Dota 2. It seems as if Bud Light will be using Bud Knight to tap into the ever-growing market of gamers, but not much else is known beyond that. Womp,
Get
womp,
it?
womp.
Tap into. Get that?
Yeah. With their terrible beer. Terrible.
Hey, we can't say
That's
that. What
true.
if Bud one day wants to?
I love Bud Light. I like
Budweiser
Budweiser
myself.
I'm not.
Yeah, there you go.
I like a Budweiser. I like really strong, obnoxious alcoholic beverages as
True.
beer goes. But
Mhm.
like, if I'm gonna drink a beer and get more of a headache than I already do every day because I've had a bunch of brain surgeries, I would rather drink like
Something hard.
IPA. Yeah,
Yeah.
something
we
that'll
might as well
grow
go
hair
with
on
it.
your chest and your
That'll
chin.
be fun. I mean, it'll be fun.
Or
I
something
feel
weird.
like this is a good opportunity for them to have some fun, you know what I mean, and interact and engage with their community and stuff like that. So it's good on them to dip into those. But again, I think this also speaks to the fact that you've got these bigger brands and more people now recognizing the power of esports, video games, these platforms, and you're seeing them now jump into these into this world. And it'll be interesting to see, what kind of stuff they come up with and create, and if there's, more opportunities and more eyeballs to normalize, this video games, esports, all that stuff. You know what I mean? It's like, bring it on, dude. Bring it on.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think I think it's kind of cool that the Bud Knight was kind of a stupid name, but I mean,
hilarious.
I'm
What are you
looking at a
talking
picture of
about?
him now. I said stupid name, but I'm looking at him and I'm like, yeah, I think I'm on board with this cat. But I'm just saying, it's like, it's very, yeah. I mean, I'm actually surprised because I thought Bud Light was already already had an esports team. I or something or more into gaming, because they've been sponsoring Twitch streamers forever already. So I
think they do. I think they
done,
already did have it. I think it was them kind of establishing the Bud Knight as their official mascot for that team, I guess. Yeah. Okay. That's kind of how I took that. Because I think you're right. I think they did have an esports, or they've been involved with this stuff for a while now.
Yeah, because I remember Justin Wong and stuff, even in the FGC community, was a part of kind of something with Bud Light and stuff, doing some sort of stuff with them. So I mean, it's pretty cool that they're definitely that they're doing it. But no, it's a really cool move that Bud Light is kind of have a face.
Bud Knight, I think of Brian Knight.
Wait, Brian McKnight?
And then I have Boyz II Men sing in my head.
Brian McKnight.
I don't know
Brian McKnight.
But it's like a 90s back play in my brain right now. I'm like, wait, what? And I have Boyz II Men. I think it's cute. I've never seen the commercials.
I feel like I remember seeing those. I can't even remember when they played, but I know I've seen some with that character.
I haven't even watched the Super Bowl last year.
The commercial's been around for about, let's say, about 2 or 3 years. It's been a little bit about recently. So yeah, so it's very freaking like it's great. So like I mean, my biggest issue, so like, but as for your first issues, Lex, I will say this is like it's so like with the games that were being added into the Xbox One, is this a library? Was this a mistake, or was this something that they just sneakily added in like last minute?
Nobody really knows. So those games had been in the store, like the Xbox store, on sale for a while, and then they went away completely. And then they were brought back. So it looks like they were available for like Xbox 360, but not anything else. And now all of a sudden they're in the store. Just these few games. These are the ones people have noticed. And it was over, I think, like a 24-hour period. But what happened was they noticed that they were there and that they're backwards compatible and forwards compatible, essentially, because these games were for an older model, but now work on an Xbox One.
Okay.
I don't know if they're still at the sale price, technically. And it's not like these games have been revamped in any way to look better, but they will, it seems that they will work.
So it sounds like they kind of just added more backwards compatibility from that, because I remember the Xbox One's big thing was that it was backwards compatible to all the Xbox libraries to the previous games, and they just added more to the library that Xbox
you would
One's
think though that
accessible to.
wouldn't they? I mean, wouldn't you want to advertise that though? Push it out there. Hey guys, look at the games that we've brought back. Like some sort of mention of it.
Well, and that's the thing.
True.
That's why people are a little confused. They're like, is this a mistake? Like, let's buy it now before it disappears again.
I think the big one was Silent Hill, because Silent Hill would be a hell of a mistake at that point, because that's really cool that they would have that out to be like, oh, we can play the original one. It's like, hell yeah. Okay.
So, and that was the thing, is that's what people noticed first. They're like, well, wait a minute. And then they started noticing a few other games as well that had gone off of the store, essentially. So nobody's really sure. It could be a thing that they're going to roll out, and this was just like the first like little tiny wave of it, maybe. That's the theory. Or it is a mistake and these games will disappear again, and buy them while you can. So it's kind of a toss-up. But yeah, no one's really sure. We don't know. Nobody said anything from Xbox.
Interesting.
Officially.
Yeah, because I would think that if that was an intentional thing, that there would be some sort of mention in some capacity from them. So that's or maybe, you know, it could also have been like almost like a soft launch thing that they did, just kind of slide some games in. Some people, you know, they get to play around and mess around with it or something. And then all of a sudden here in a week or two later, they're like, hey, we've come out with this, you know, here's the games, you know, big celebration. Yay. You know, so that'll be interesting to see how, to see if they actually comment on that. I'm sure. Do your work, internet. Yell at Xbox and be like, hey, give us answers now. Do it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and they've tweeted them, and nobody's saying anything. So
right.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, they're doing all they can to get people hyped on them. So I don't doubt that this is a little trickle of goodies from Xbox. I totally agree, Ravage, because I think that I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Like maybe it's because like the games it's also the games are old. So I mean, maybe just a normal tweet. I think that's what could have possibly have happened. Because like I don't think it would. That's a pretty big mistake if they did, especially multiple games like that. It'd be really weird, for that. So who knows, man? Like I don't know what Microsoft is currently doing, and what makes it more annoying is that Microsoft never reveals like their numbers. So like it's all like speculation. So it's like so who knows why they do what they do? In my opinion, let them do what they do, though. So we'll go with it.
But yeah, that's all for me today.
Awesome. Okay, well that's good. That was good. Lex, what do you have planned for the week?
It's spoopy week again. I guess we're doing spoopy games until I decide not to do spoopy games. So
you know what I want to do? I'm sorry to cut you off there.
No, it's okay.
I really want to do like just like a group of us.
Yeah.
To a full group to do Monster Ball or Monster Prom.
Oh.
Prom.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then just have at it. Just just see what's going to happen. Like I don't know how many people can play at the same time.
4.
But 4? Okay, yeah.
There's
a whole group of
4.
Yeah, okay, a group of 4 of us, and we need to do Monster Prom. We need to set something up like that. That would be pretty fun.
Well, here's the rules. If we play Monster Prom, you have to pick which voices you do, and you have to do voice acting. That's the rules. You can't
Well,
use
yeah.
your normal voice, and boys get to play girls as well. It makes it more fun. So you're welcome. So
We
yeah,
could we could have someone do the voice of Flexus again.
Are you serious?
Character to Monster
I
Pop.
haven't seen her
No.
reaction to that. But
Oh,
somebody
yeah.
DM me
Oh,
that,
she
by
has-
the way.
Yeah, it is
I didn't
amazing.
see
Yeah,
that.
that
I
would be
didn't see
hilarious.
I didn't see
Oh.
it either. Sorry, Flexus.
No, she said that she was dying laughing. It was
Oh,
like, yeah,
man.
that's me.
That's
That
That was
fantastic.
hilarious.
awesome. I'm down to do that. Yeah, absolutely. Let me know.
Mm.
We have a lot of people that just hang out because they're waiting for me to play that. And I do. The devs are really sweet, and they give us free keys
Oh, nice.
periodically here and there. So Monday, what's the game called? Song of Horror. We're gonna play Song of
Mhm.
Horror. Tuesday, of course, we're gonna play Day by Day. And then I think JT is still in quarantine, so I think we still have him for this week at least that I am aware of. But spots fly for Tuesday like that now. So if you're wanting to play, sorry, too late. Wednesday, we're going to be playing more Alien Isolation. And then Thursday, I think, is up in the air whether I'll spill over with Alien. Because Adam magically scares the daylights out of me after I play that game. He's everywhere. Every corner I turn, he's there face to face with me. And we're both screaming. So, until Adam can stop that, I don't know.
That's not gonna ever happen. So we all know that.
But that'll
right.
be my week. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then so that'll be pretty cool. So definitely check her out this week. Smitty.
Yeah,
what
like
do you
I
have planned this
said,
week?
Monday I'm back on Mishmash TV. I'll be continuing my playthrough of Detroit Become Human, and then I'll be up again on Thursday. I'm not sure what I'll be playing. I might start something new. I might start a story driven game on there because I need to start cranking on some of these games. So yeah, we'll see. And then obviously Friday we'll be back on that OW most likely. And then obviously a new episode of Land Parties will be dropping on Wednesday. We had a fantastic guest. We had Alana Pierce. She was a former IGN journalist, works over at Rooster Teeth. Yeah.
Alana?
Yes.
She works at Rooster Teeth?
Yeah.
You stop it.
She stopped.
My Australian lover? Oh.
Didn't she leave Rooster Teeth too, though? Like, she's not.
Yeah, she's at Funhouse. Isn't she?
Not anymore?
I think so. I thought so.
Is she? I thought she left Funhouse.
No, she was on this week's
Yeah, she still had. No, I think she. On this. Yeah. She was. So we recorded it this past Friday. So, we'll be dropping it this Wednesday, but I'm that was awesome. She's super cool. She is a gamer through and through. And what I loved about that interview too was the fact that she is, again, she has, just from explaining, kind of how she got to where she is in the truest form, a grinder that just works on perfecting her craft, what she loves. And again, she's very much a person that creates her own opportunities. That was a fabulous conversation with her. So make sure you check that out. That drops on Wednesday.
Oh, nice.
Next time you have her on, you'd call me Mother Trucker. But what are you up to this week, Davis?
That's funny. Well, this week it's actually going to be a short week for me. I'm going to try to stream something tomorrow. I do owe an Animal Crossing stream, so if you want to see me totally get pained and tormented on the start of my Animal Crossing stream, probably going to be on Wednesday if I do that. And then, but mostly I'm going to be away. I'm going to be attending the GDC Online Game Developers Conference this week. But then I'm also going to be releasing the newest episode of Pop Culture Gems, which we talked to Sarah Gonzalez, aka Ceremony Cosplay,
nice,
on Wednesday. So that's going to be pretty cool too. So yeah, but mostly I'm going to be basically in and out with a lot of different kinds of conferences this week. So yeah, so not as much fun as as I want to be streaming, but it is what it is.
Ooh, I am looking for a Switch. If anyone out there knows, I'm gonna know.
Yes, Lex looking for a Switch. Why don't you make that a hashtag on your Twitter? It's like Lex
real.
needs to switch.
Lex needs switch. Be a sugar daddy. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right. Put that on your
I should do
Amazon
that.
wish list. You
I
just
don't
go and make
have
a wish.
list. We talking about
Oh.
this?
That's
You can make a
true.
wish list now with the. No, don't do that.
I'm not kidding. I feel dirty doing stuff like that.
That's hilarious, guys. This is episode number 50. You shouldn't
No.
have a wish
So
list,
what we
Smitty.
do,
Come on,
like
dude.
within our
I
family,
mean-
we have like broken out like Christmas, and we put things in that we have so that people have an idea of you know what I mean, things that you're wanting for Christmas or whatever. But yeah, no, I don't have it to where like where people like goes and buys things off my list, dude. He said that
that'd be awesome. That'd be really hilarious.
Needs a switch.
Guys, this is episode number 59 of the CFG GameCast. Thank you for watching. As always, you can also check us out on all podcast services: Apple, Google Podcast, Stitcher Radio, whatever podcast service is available to you. Give us a like, a follow, or any kind of comments and stuff, so we can that does go a very long way for us, and we do appreciate it. Or you can definitely check us out on our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, for everything that we do: reviews, videos, interviews, what have you. So go check us out there too. So once again, this is Davis, Lex, and Smitty signing off. Y'all have a great
Bye.
weekend.
Bye.